Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video about energy, and it applies to all GCSE students for science and physics. So, all energy is labelled and it's sorted into stores. So you need to know about the 8 different stores of energy. So there's gravitational potential energy, kinetic energy, thermal energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, magnetic energy, electric potential energy, and elastic potential energy. So you need to know that gravitational potential energy can be worked out from the equation E equals mgh. So E is the gravitational potential energy, m is the mass of the object, g is a gravitational field strength, which is 9.8 meters per second squared, and h is the height that the object has been moved to. So for kinetic energy, you need to know that an object only gains kinetic energy when there's a change in their speed. So here's the equation for it. Kinetic energy equals half mv squared. So m is the mass of the object and v squared is the velocity of the object squared. Remember, velocity includes direction as well as the magnitude, so it's not just the speed. So chemical energy, you can find this in chemical bonds, and you may be familiar with the equation glucose plus oxygen goes to carbon dioxide plus water plus ATP. So you probably don't need to know about ATP for GCSE, just think of that as the energy, and yes, this is the equation for respiration in humans. Okay, so you need to know about how energy is conserved. So there is a law of conservation of energy, and that is energy cannot be created or destroyed. It is transferred from, that's supposed to say one store to another. So you need to know this definition and make sure you can write it out in an exam. So also, here's the units for energy. It's measured in joules, which is shown with a capital J. So let's go into detail of kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is a scalar quantity, and that means it only has magnitude. It doesn't have direction. So for example, kinetic energy will always be for 20 joules. It won't be minus 20 joules or plus 20 joules. It will just be 20 joules. And kinetic energy is the energy of moving objects, so it relies on the speed of an object and the mass. As I previously said, here is the equation for kinetic energy. I don't know, it depends on your exam board on whether you need to memorise it or not, and also changes to the GCSE specification, but have a good idea of how to calculate it. So let's try some examples. What is the kinetic energy of a car of mass 600 kilograms travelling at 20 meters per second? I'll give you a chance to answer this yourself, so pause the video and I'll give you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's work through this example. You know the equation is kinetic energy equals half mv squared, and we're given the mass in the question, so that's 600 kilograms, and the velocity, which is 20. So just plug those numbers into the equation and you'll come out with 120,000 joules. So you can convert that into kilojoules just by dividing by 1,000, and it will be 120 kilojoules. Okay, here's another question. Have a go at it again yourself if you want to be challenged. All it is putting the numbers in. Okay, pause the video and I'll give you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so same again, you know the equation, kinetic energy equals half mv squared, and we're given the mass. Be careful here as there's a unit trap. Remember, mass needs to be in kilograms. So we'll do 50 divided by 1,000 to get 0.05 kilograms, and then plug those numbers into the equation. A half times 0.05 times 300 squared, and you should get 2,250 joules. Okay, so that's all for energy today. I hope you enjoyed and understand it more. Subscribe for more videos and watch some other videos in the GCSE Science playlist. Okay, thank you, bye.